I'm going to explain to you guys today the difference between the ENFJ, right, and INFJ. Okay, so both of the people ENFJ and INFJ have the same functions. They have a FE, which is an extroverted feeling they use for judgment, which they use to kind of use their feelings to judge what to do, and then they have this internal experiencing things. They experience things in an intuitive way, not as much a sensory way. Like, experiencing in an intuitive way means that you're not going to notice the details as much. You're going to see more of an overview of things or imagining things. You're not going to have more, I guess, eye-to-eye connection with things, and you're not going to pay as much attention to your senses as you are going to be from the things that your intuition processes from your environment. Now, the difference between these two is the following, and it's very easy to spot the difference between these two. The NI is going to be their first function, so they're going to want to, in terms of their judging with their FE as their second function, they're going to want to tap into their NI and be a little bit, a little slower to make the decision to use their FE for judgment, until they kind of think back into their intuitive experiences first, and then they'll make the decision. There's going to be more decisiveness in the decision. There's going to be more embodiment in the decision. There's going to be more clarity in the decision, because what you're doing is your first function is remembering what has worked, intuitively, and then you allow your FE judgment to make the decision. So you're not going to be as impulsive. You're going to be step by step doing things, as opposed to the ENFJ. They lead with the FE. They lead with the judging. So by them, they're quick. They are already on the move, judging things, figuring out what they're going to do efficiently. When I say judging, I mean getting things done, accomplishing, moving. They don't like use their NI as much first as lessons from the past, and as a resource before they go ahead and they run and make judgments. So they're much quicker to do things. They're much quicker to say things. They're much louder about their judgments, because the judgment is more important to them. It's their first function. So, but they do start to have experiences that kind of start to, from the NI, that start to work backwards, and it can start to change the way they do things or the way they judge things. But it's working the opposite way. It's not like a learning experience, and you learn from your NI and you move on and you make decisions and you get better at doing things. And it's almost like you start off with this taking on the system of, everyone has to feel good, and world feelings, and making sure things are done properly. But then your NI intuitive experiences begins to kind of come backwards, and you start to develop a little bit more of a mature judging function of what's right, what's wrong, how people need to be, and you'll remodel the system sometimes. You'll remodel like when I say system, I mean people. You're nice to people. Everyone's nice to people. We can't do that. It's gonna hurt someone's feelings. You start to kind of think wait a second, everyone's different, and you begin to remodel your judgment thinking function. But the INFJs are much more, they're slower. They take the information first before they make the judgments. That's the difference. So they're going to come across at different levels of aggression in their judgment.